And we are back live at E3 2012 in the PlayStation booth. We are going to check out Counterstrike Global Offensive. I am here, joined today by Chet Falisak, writer for Valve, and we're checking out the game on PlayStation Move. So, Chet, big fan. I've been playing Valve games for years, and one of the first ones was actually Counterstrike back in the day when it was a mod for Half-Life 1. But what's changed in that 10 or 15 years since the game first came out?
Well, so one of the things is, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. This is a new game coming out, and we based it on all of what's been done before with Counter-Strike. There's a really rich history of, since 1999, people have been playing Counter-Strike, over 25 million people playing it. We really looked at the community, saw what they were doing, and took what they were doing and incorporated it in this new version. So we have things like the most popular mod, Gun Game. It's in there now as Arsenal mode. We've taken a lot of what they're doing of limiting one model per map. And we're doing that. It's not just one model, it's one type of model. And that helps with character identification. It kind of adds some flavor to that map. So it's really taking the community's work for the past 12 years and making it into a new game.
Oh, that's awesome. So tell me a little bit about why you wanted to do this after so long. I mean, the game has clearly found tremendous success as an esport. Why now would you change it? I mean, you were kind of making a comparison to changing the size of a basketball court.
Well, so yeah, that's one of the cool things with Counter-Strike. So in those years, there's some classic maps. We're playing Dust right here now. We've got some other 8 classic maps that come with the game, and that's because those are the maps that you can kind of test yourself on. Those are the maps that everyone's been playing for the past 12 years, and so if you want to say, how good am I at an FPS, this is the game to bring it back. We simplify things. It's not about, hey, I've been playing for 4 months and I've got all these cool perks and stuff. Those games are cool. I play them. They're a lot of fun. But for CSGO, we wanted to make sure it's just about that competition that starts at the beginning of each round. Everyone's equal, and are you better than the other guy?
Now, I was talking to you guys before we started here, and there's a couple interesting updates since I played the game years ago. And one of them I thought was interesting was the fact that you can kind of actually get the matchmaking system has been radically overhauled. I mean, there's a full matchmaking system now, right?
Yeah. So one of the big things you see now, if you jump on the PC version of 1.6 or CSS, is you're going to get matched against somebody who's been playing for 7 years. They're going to own them. It's going to be a bad experience for both of you. He's not going to be challenged. You're just going to get owned. And so what we actually have is ELO matchmaking, and so that's your skill level will depend on who you're playing with. And the cool thing for the PlayStation is it's actually tied to your input device. So if you're really good with the move, you're going to be really high ranked when you're playing with the move. If you're playing with keyboard and mouse, you're going to be ranked differently. And so we actually tie it to your input device, knowing that some people are better at different input devices than others, and also if you're using the controller and you're really good at it and you want to experiment with the sharpshooter, you don't want to drop down in ranking because you did experiment. You know what? As you're learning the sharpshooter, you can jump in, you learn it, as you get better, you're playing better players.
That's awesome. And if I heard you correctly there, it sounds like Counter-Strike Global Offensive on PS3 supports keyboard and mouse.
Correct.
Not a common feature. I can only think of one other game that does that, but one that I know a lot of people ask for.
Who are they?
Unreal Tournament 3.
We could have been the only one.
You're going to make a lot of people very happy with that. Something I get a lot of questions on. So there you go. It does support keyboard and mouse, but a lot of other things too. So let's talk about PlayStation Move and Sharpshooter. What made you want to integrate motion controls?
Because it's kind of a natural feeling thing. Whereas you're seeing Brian here playing on the move, doing pretty well. Well, I just got killed by a bot there. Sorry, bad segue. But there's a little bit of a learning curve. It's a little bit to get in. The move's actually pretty quick. I would say within 15 minutes, you're moving around pretty naturally, able to make kills. The sharpshooter, a little bit longer of a learning curve. Once you get it, it's like this cool feeling running around without having to, do too much. It's still, you're kind of, you see Brian barely moving, still being the cool guy, like he's playing the guitar, holding it low. And it's just a cool way to enter the game and play.
So, I mean, I've been playing FPS games for years, and one of the first things I always want to talk about are the weapons. And I know you guys have some new ways to kill in this game. Tell me about what some of the standout new additions to the arsenal are.
So, we have a bunch of the classic weapons are coming back. People will say that. We also have 8 new weapons, and there's my favorite. So, you're playing competitively, and when you play competitively, each round you purchase weapons inside of the game, right? And so, different things cost a different amount of money, and you can actually buy the Zeus, which is a taser-like weapon. That is a one shot and you miss, it's over, right? So it's a really expensive item. So if you buy that, you're saying, I think I'm so much better than you, I'm going to rub it in and humiliate you with killing you with this. So it's a pretty fun weapon to try to kill someone.
That's awesome. I heard there's Molotov cocktails as well.
Molotov cocktails, and we also have decoy. So you can throw it down one way, and whatever your weapon is, it's going to make the noise of that. And the Molotov was kind of controversial at first. Forums erupted of, the balance. Because again, you're going back to these maps, they're classics, we've ruined them. And once I got to play it, got to understand, this means actually I can do this strategy, I can use it for blocking. They use it for defensive purposes. It's been really fun to see the casual people and even the pros jumping in and playing.
Oh, that's awesome. So tell me a little bit about what the lineup of maps is planned for so far.
Well, so there's 8 classic maps. That's like we've got Dust, Dust 2, Nuke. We've got the hostage maps, with Office in Italy. And then we also have a new game mode with the new game mode, Arsenal mode. We have 8 new maps there. And those maps are really short, tight maps. So you can actually step out of your spawn and see the enemy instantly. And it's all about, if you're new to the game and you just want to jump in and not have to worry about the buy menu, not have to worry about learning a lot of map knowledge, you can jump in, engage the enemy, and have a lot of fun.
That sounds like fun. You guys also have bot support now. What prompted that?
Well, so one of the things you would see is, you'd have these people hook up and they want to play either just against them and their friend, but really one-on-one isn't quite the game. You want to mix it up. And so we've added bots. And the cool thing the bots also do then is, one of the things is there's no health respawn. You get shot, you lose health, you die, you're out. Except if there's another bot on your team, you can actually go in, take control of that bot, and keep playing. And so that let people not have that so long of a cooldown where they're still engaged, but yet not respawning.
Yeah, Counterstrike obviously known for only being you have one death, you have one life, and that's part of what makes it such a suspenseful game. How are you guys continuing to keep that tension in there that the series is so known for?
If you jump on, so we're also be able to let you do team matchmaking in that, so you're gonna be able to jump on with all your friends, play 5v5, and you're the guy who dies out early in the round. Because again, it's not about running for 3 minutes and getting shot. It's this map, 14 seconds is the first time you can engage the enemy. We do a lot of analytics. And so for the 14 seconds you're engaging the enemy, you're out, and the round goes 3 minutes. Yeah, the team knows who's out, right?
So you mentioned analytics, and I was talking to you guys a little bit before the show, and Valve is known for really relying on a lot of data for making the game and for refining the game. Tell me about some of the data and some of the user data you use to help kind of refine this experience.
Yeah, so actually, the Brian playing right now on the move is a psychologist. He can't help you with problems or prescribe drugs, but he can look at a lot of data and help us make decisions based on it. Because you can collect all the data. We actually collect every single bullet fired. But how do you go through that data? How do you make meaningful decisions based on it? And so we'll do things, our spawns favoring one team or another, how this weapon doing, how the recoil working, just a lot of data we can look at. We talk with the people playing the game because we have a beta going on the PC. But that's one part of it. Then we need to take a look at that data that they're generating and compare it. And then we compare, actually we can break out the data by elos. So we can say, hey, are the really good players doing something different? Is it something we should be looking at? What about this weapon and how it's working and its bullet spread? We can say, hey, you know what? If you're running and you're not tapping your fire, you're going to see a big drop off after the 3rd bullet. So you should really tap. So you know what? We should be reinforcing that with the players and letting them know that's what they should be doing. So when they're new to the game, we know what tips to give them.
So enough with the data talk, though. What's your favorite addition to the game as a Counter-Strike player?
Well, besides the Zeus, because I do love that. Yeah, the Molotov cocktail. So, I'm a Left 4 Dead guy. Love Left 4 Dead, love the Molotov cocktail there. And it's fun when you can do it perfectly where the guy's in the middle of it. So you can use it as a defensive weapon. That really is what it's for. But it's also, if you get someone trapped perfectly in the fire and you see that little death by fire, it's a pretty nice moment.
Satisfying, yeah, and definitely not something I would have necessarily predicted out of Counter-Strike. But again, you guys are, you've been doing this for years, so I mean, obviously you guys have the numbers to back this up. So interested to get my hands on it. When is and this is a PSN game, right?
Correct, so it's downloadable. It's going to come out August 21st, and it'll be $14.99.
Excellent.
So
can we expect to see support down the line for the game after it comes out?
So we have a whiteboard that's got some map ideas, some stuff for DLC,
but really, when we're working on a game, we try to get everything we can in the release, worry about the DLC later. So yes, there'll be DLC. What exactly that'll be, we'll have to turn that whiteboard back around and see what's on it.
Oh, fantastic. And okay,
flash.
And I'll leave you with one more question. I mean, is there anything here at E3 you're looking forward to seeing?
You know what? I've been so concentrating on this. I need to take a moment and walk around. I do want. You're going to sneak me in to see Last of Us, right?
Yeah.
All right. That's all I ask.
I'm going to try.
I'll be a happy man. Wait, if you can't sneak me in, am I talking to the wrong guy?
Well, we'll get you in there. We'll get you in there.
Right.
All right, and that is Counter-Strike Global Offensive coming this summer to PSN, $14.99, compatible with PlayStation Move and mouse and keyboard. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with more E3 live from the PlayStation booth.